if the public has any media in their holdings, witnessed any sightings, that you come to us and please give us that information, because we want to make absolutely certain that we know as much as we can possibly know about their activities.
FBI Assistant Director David Bowditch requesting the public's help as the FBI tries to figure out what the two San Bernardino shooters did during an 18-minute gap following those shootings. Meantime, the couple's former neighbor, Enrique Marquez, charged in federal court today with supporting terrorists. His involvement with the couple quickly made him a key figure in the investigation. But could there be more conspirators out there, given the aforementioned 18-minute gap? To talk about this now, we're pleased to be joined by former FBI Assistant Director Ron Hosko. Ron is now the president of the Law Enforcement Legal Defense Fund. He's Skyping in from Northern Virginia and Skyping in from New Jersey. Former New York Police Commissioner and the former interim Minister of the Interior in Iraq, Bernie Kerik. Bernie is the author of the book, From Jailer to Jailed. Gentlemen, as always, thanks for your time here on Newsmax Prime. Ron, as we recount this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe these terrorists were at large almost 4 hours before law enforcement caught up with them and killed them. All the times accounted for, I understand, except that 18-minute gap. Why is it important to account for that time?
Well, JD, for a couple reasons. One, this is, like so many investigations, a puzzle. And the FBI and their partners, their law enforcement partners out there, quite clearly have a lot of the puzzle pieces put together right now, but they can ill afford to be missing a single piece. They want to know, for just the reason you suggested, is there another conspirator, another person who aided and abetted this horrific plot in some measurable way that's chargeable, that they don't want to slip through their fingers. So they want all the pieces in that puzzle, not just most of them.
Now, we understand that the terrorists were taken out by the Bureau. But Bernie Kerik, as we look at this, and I think about your situation in the Big Apple on 9/11, do you see any parallels? Were there efforts there to piece the puzzle together in the wake of that horrific 9/11 attack?
Yeah, JD, you always have, as Ron said, you're looking for other conspirators, you're looking for other evidence. In the aftermath of 9/11, we were looking for possibilities of ground attacks and things that might happen on the ground. There was a lot to go through. We didn't only have to worry about the 4 planes that ran into the 2 buildings in the Pentagon and Shanksville. We had to worry about other stuff as well and possibilities. So these are things you're constantly looking at.
And in terms of an attitude change, I think for all of us, 9/11 brought a sea change in terms of awareness and attitude. And Ron Hosko, there's been another change that David Bowditch mentioned, the advent of portable social media, using cell phones to record video, the presence of cameras so many places. Do you think we are seeing in San Bernardino a prying loose of that prior notion of political correctness? Because we think about one of the neighbors saying, well, I didn't want to say anything because I might be accused of profiling. Do you think there's a very different attitude in that community today that the Bureau can use to its advantage of solving this puzzle?
I suspect so, JD. You know, we, as you mentioned, we have all of this data that is out there floating, and certainly a part of what helped the FBI and the JTTF and the local police put together the picture for 3 hours and 42 minutes of it is social media, is some of that data, things coming off the cell phone. But this is an opportunity. And I think Jim Comey, the director of the FBI, has been acclimating us as citizens to the fact that the FBI does not possess all of what it needs. In fact, it can't get a lot of what it needs to disrupt these plots in advance. And he's acclimating us to the fact that sometimes the puck is going to get in the net. It got in the net in San Bernardino, unfortunately.
Bernie, just one more question on this. There you are on the East Coast looking at what happened on the West Coast. Do you have a gut feeling about this? Do you think there are more conspirators involved in this case, enablers for this couple?
Well, I think I don't know about enablers in this specific event, but I think you're going to see conspirators as far as people that were in contact with, people that may have assisted in some way in the radicalization, people that were giving them ideas. Where did they come up with the information on how to put the IEDs together, ammunition, and so forth? And this is all stuff that the FBI is going to be looking at. And as Ron mentioned, and Jim Comey has talked about time after time, intelligence is the way of combating this type of fight, and we need all the help we can get from the communities and the people around the country.
Gentlemen, a minute remains, and with that, I'd like to change topics. Gun control, President Obama's executive order. 30 seconds to you both. Your personal reaction to what the president announced yesterday. Ron, we'll start with you.
It seems like a superficial, little bit of theater, likely to change very little. And I'm always concerned about what is the impact on me, the private law-abiding citizen, and my ability to carry a weapon for my own defense and to defend my family. So I have those concerns. I'm not sure what the president accomplished.
Bernie, to you, 30 seconds. Last word on this.
I think there are real concerns about gun control and background checks and so forth and so on. But the bottom line is, the bad guys don't do background checks. The bad guys, they steal guns. The bad guys, they get guns from wherever they can get them. And normally they don't buy them, at some gun show, or they don't buy them online. They go buy them from people that have stolen them. So, the good guys, I think, are going to be hampered in being able to possess, acquire, and carry weapons.
Gentlemen, we'll have to leave it there. Back with more after this.